Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Ben Costa?
Doing good. How are you doing, man?
I am doing great. It is a wonderful day, and we've got some awesome updates to share about what's coming to Patreon in May.
Yes, it's that time of the month. We're launching some new content on Patreon, and we're expanding the professions system.
Indeed.
So last month, or the start of April, we launched the profession system, which allows you to kind of branch out and expand class options. We got 20 abilities right now, and we're adding 20 more. Not abilities, professions. 20 professions.
20 professions, which each have three abilities.
So in May, there are going to be 40 professions, each with 3 abilities. That's 120 abilities. That is the same number of abilities that are in the core rulebook for the classes.
Yeah.
There's 6 of them. Each of them has 20. That's 120. That's a lot of abilities.
It is a lot of abilities. And so many abilities that our good friend Georgie was stricken with the different options that he could do to create builds. I mean, we're talking about thousands of computations. Because the word computations?
Permutations?
Permutations is what it is. Permutations. Computations is when you're computing. You know what I mean?
When you compute the permutations.
That's right. Anyway, science. George was talking about how there are so many permutations that you could do, so many ways you could customize the classes or almost make your own class with the professions, which is a funny idea. So I'm pretty excited about it. And for those of you that watch our actual play, we just concluded a gigantic 80 episode campaign. And the next campaign, we're going to be testing out and playing around with these professions to see how clever and creative we can get with the combinations.
So let's read off. I'll read off some of the new. I'll just read the entire list of new professions.
You want to share a screen so people can see it in writing, or?
Sure. Let's make that happen. Let's make
it happen. Look at this Land of Eem profession.
Okay, so enhance.
I love when you say enhance.
So we've got the artist. Okay, classic person who arts. If that's
a classic person who arts.
They provide inspiration to others, and they have an ability called muse, where someone in the party is their muse, and they kind of like bounce off each other. They get benefits from each other. The Beastmaster is kind of what you'd expect a ranger to be. They've got their own custom animal that they can get right off the bat, which is probably really fun.
That is fun.
And
all of them will be played by Mark Singer.
Exactly. And you've got the Brawler, who is fisticuffs, bar fight dude. They can incite a bar fight in a crowd if they want.
That's a fun idea that Hooch would use all day.
I know. You've got the Exterminator, which is fun.
It's just a nickname for a pro football star.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not true.
It's sort of like a classic exterminate the bugs, but there's a little bit of Ghostbuster vibe if you keep going through the tiers.
It's like Ghostbusters meets John Goodman in Arachnophobia.
Yeah. So that might be one of the most fun, in my opinion. They have an ability that allows you to say we're the exterminators when you're like trying to infiltrate a place.
That's super fun.
You got the Farmer.
This is a Georgie classic. I mean, George has been asking for farmers from day one. He loves the idea of holding land in the Land of Eem and generating his own crop.
Which isn't really part of the class, the profession, but
how could it be? It's an adventure game where you travel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit right here on my land.
I'm gonna sit right here. I got some rutabagas that I'm gonna watch out for. You know what I mean?
You do passively get like a harvest, so you're getting components.
Yeah, the
and
function of it, but the
you
lifestyle.
you can eventually get a herd of livestock and stuff that
Herd of
accompanies
gelk.
you, and so you're kind of a resource generator, and there's a little bit of wrangling. You're a good wrangler. Fisher's fun. You basically open up new not ways to fish, but instead of catching a fish, you could try for a magic item. It's
That's
one of
fun.
them. Or a rare fish table. And they also can like snag an item with their fishing line.
Classic fun.
Fortune teller. By the way, some of these were suggested by not only patrons but people on our Discord. So
yeah, huge thanks to you guys. You guys are always coming up with really creative, fun ideas.
Yeah, so if you got ideas for other professions, yeah, let us know. Because we have 40. I think there's enough for probably 10 more comfortably. I'm not sure if we're going to try for 60.
Comfortably is a really good way to preface that, because we think we could do 50 that are pretty good, and then everything after that is like, well, doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, because some stuff that I had on the list it's not going to make the cut. Like the butler, I had high hopes for the butler.
I don't think it's nonsense to have high hopes for a butler when there is one that's just puppeteer.
Well, it's really
it
really
shows
comes
you where our creative priorities are. It's like, we gotta have the puppeteer, but a butler, I don't know.
It's not so much about like, I don't know. It's about, it really comes down to what is inspiring from a design perspective.
Managing another PC's wine cellar is what is inspiring about the butler. Upstairs, downstairs, Downton Abbey-esque politics within the party. On top, add that drama. Plus, imagine the rivals.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's some material there.
Sorry, I'm like really pushing hard the butler, and I see it now.
The fortune teller, which is fun. You can do some psychic readings and
fortunes, forecasts, lucky charms.
Yeah. Herbalist, kind of doubling down on that herbs picking and alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you paired that with alchemy, you'd probably be an unstoppable like alchemist. Jester.
Unstoppable. Jester's
We've
fun.
got this like 3-pronged, comedy thing of jester, comedian, and puppeteer. I'll put in the same category, which is hilarious that they're 3 separate things. But what do you
again, it shows where our creative priorities are and what we think is amazing.
The Junkmonger is cool. It kind of gives you a bunch more inventory space. We're talking like
a lot,
potentially 30 slots.
Yeah, a ton of I mean, you literally become like the Boggle Junkmonger in every Land of Eem story.
Yeah. Then you got the Mathemagician, which is from the Sandbox. And it's sort of like a probability control.
It's like a Mentat from Dune.
Like a statistician. Like
yeah, I love it.
Merchant, kind of similar, playing off the Tycoon.
Yeah, the Merchant Tycoon combo could be quite fun to like double down on commerce in the Land of Eem.
Yeah,
entrepreneurial commerce.
The Puppeteer,
a living classic.
One of this sort of off the wall ones is shadow puppets, where you can create scary shadow puppets to like
that one for me though is like a little bit of inspiration from the Lord of the Rings film, where like you've got Samwise Gamgee going up the steps of Kirith Ungol, and
Mhm.
the Uruks are like backing away from his giant shadow as he's like growling and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I could see it. It's fun.
Yeah. You got the Mountaineer, who is great at climbing. Doesn't even have to make checks to climb. It also allows your party to travel faster in mountains instead of just 1 X per day. The Occultist. If you wanted to be a Ghostbuster, you could be an Occultist and an Exterminator.
Yep.
They can eventually parlay with liches and other undead.
The Ray Stance class.
Pilgrim is the consummate wanderer, good at avoiding trouble on the road and not getting tired, and also just traveling. I think they travel in swamps easier. They can travel like 2 hexes a day in swamps.
That would have been huge for both of our campaigns where we get bogged down
Yeah, if you're going to be in the Quagmash, like being a pilgrim is
would be great.
might be worth
really
it.
Good.
Your pirate, classic. We got some swashbuckling, some plundering, some blunderbuss action. Smuggler, where you can hide items and get some black market deals. And the soldier, which is I think it's pretty powerful, actually.
Yeah, it's like one of the few fighty ones or physical ones.
You can increase your dread die.
That's good.
Which is, yeah. So there's the next 20. Like we said, there's 40 now. So if you are interested, just head on over to the Patreon, check it out. We are going to be adding more. I'm not sure if we're going to do that next month or do something else.
Yeah, we've got
I'm
a
talking
lot
about
of
in June, I mean. So
yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline to add to the game that'll be available for folks on Patreon. So it won't all be Professions, but the Professions was a big project, and that last 10 I think will be a creative challenge.
yeah, I mean, there's a few that are like almost there.
Yeah, it's true.
So
But then we'll hear them clamoring for 100.
I think 60 would be like the max. Unless we get like really specific with things.
Tax attorney.
Taxidermist.
Marine biologist.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Do we have cryptozoologists as an idea listed?
No.
I had an idea for a cryptozoologist where you like create creatures that don't exist. I don't know. That's as far as the idea got. How could you gamify this idea? I don't even know. But
there might be something there. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll put it on the might be something there board.
Yes. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for today.
Yes,
thanks.
indeed.
Thanks for watching. And if you go ahead.
I was gonna say thanks for everybody that's already supporting us on Patreon. I mean, your guys' support is what allows us to do actual plays every week. It's giving us the ability to work more on the core game that's already here, not to mention work on a lot of projects that are on the back burner that are coming up to the fruition, so that we can share new exciting stuff and have more updates for you in the near future. So again, thank you so much for your support. And thanks to everybody on Discord. You're such a great group. In fact, if you already play Land of Eem or you want to get started playing Land of Eem, check out the Discord. You can find it at landofelem.com. There are people that are kicking off games all over the world right now. So if you're, regardless of your time zone, I think there's a game that's out there ready to be played, which is exciting as heck.
Yeah, GMs willing to run games for you.
Yep.
Which is a rare and good thing.
Yeah, or if you're a GM, know that there's lots of players hanging around. So that's good stuff.
All right. Until next time. Bye-bye now.
Very well.